Hi, in this video I'm going to talk about the property strategy that is the HMO. So what is HMO? It stands for House of Multiple Occupation. Think about it in the kind of university digs perspective. So where you take a house and you split the house or the rooms into livable units. In a typical HMO, you have a house which got living, dining downstairs and 3-bedroom upstairs. That will then get converted into 5 separate rentable rooms. In effect, what you're doing is you're buying one property and you get 5 rents from it. So that's what HMO in a nutshell is. Now, what are the pros about HMO? Well, quite frankly, up until maybe 3 years ago, the pros were really high cash flow. On average, you'd be quite easily making £1,200 after you've paid everything on a HMO strategy. Having said that, it is quite labor intensive. It is quite management extensive. Regulation that you've got to adhere, but once you do that, actually the cash flow was very good. Now, what is the negative about it? Well, as I said, the regulation is quite heavy. It's getting harder and harder. The management process of managing HMOs, you are expected to be there regularly, weekly, to check the house. Also, you're having 5, 6, 7 people sometimes in one house that are not related to each other. And sometimes that has a lot of friction within the household, which is what you have to deal with. Sometimes we've had people steal food from other people's shelf in the fridge. So there's all sorts of kind of management challenges that comes with it. But in effect, the pros is you get 5 times the rent than getting one rent for a house. So you get 5 people paying you rent. So your risk is sort of kind of mitigated in that way. You get idea that you can actually improve the property itself, and if you were to sell and if you got a HMO license, you tend to get a bit higher sale price, especially even higher if it's in an Article 4 area, which we won't talk about Article 4 right now, but it is basically, there's restrictions about how many HMOs can be in that area. So if you're selling those HMOs, the price is a lot higher. What are the cons? Well, I've talked about management, I've talked about the regulations, but also nowadays, the thing that really puts me off HMOs now are the 2 things. One, interest rate's gone up from, well, it used to be 0.1 base rate to now 5.25, and we're talking in April 24. So interest rate has really, I've got one, for example, that went from £900 to £1,700 interest only mortgage overnight, because if base rate's 5.25, lending rate's around 7%. So interest rate has really taken a massive chunk out. Second, the challenge with the HMO is the fact that not only are you reducing your income via the interest only, you are also paying a lot on utilities. So utilities in the last 3 years have doubled. Everybody has felt it, and I know it's come down a little, but where it used to be, say, £1,200 annually, it's gone up. It went up to £3,600. It's now settled down to around £2,400 annually. Now, bearing in mind, you've got 5 people continually having showers, using the lights. Sometimes they don't turn the lights off. Fridge sometimes left open. Oven is used excessively. So the energy cost is quite high, and that is these are the 2 reasons why our profitability has dropped in the last 2.5 years. We used to, let's say on average, make £1,000 to £1,200 per 5-bed HMO, and we're down in the south east of England. That £1,000 to £1,200 has somewhere between, well, £600-700 per month of gross profit before you pay tax on it. So what are all the other costs that are associated with HMO? I'll talk about that in the